The whole other side of the equation of marriage is actually inheritance also. And when you talk about marriage, inheritance and how wealth threads down through generations is really a part of that discussion. So as you start getting these class differentiations, families want to either maintain class or they want to go up a class. That would be hypergamy, technically, right? So to attract a high status mate, or at least a mate of equal status to you, and to be monogamous, they would attach a dowry to the daughter, which is part of her inheritance at the time of marriage. They would call it a pre-mortem inheritance, okay? So that happens, and then so what you end up seeing when you look historically, the people who marry each other tend to be from the same class. So they're making a financial contribution that's about the same. They're looking at what his income trajectory is going to be, and they're looking at what she's bringing in from technically what is her inheritance, you know. So it's interesting because then when you look at tradcons today, if we bring this all the way back to today, it's like the man needs to make all the money. The woman's not responsible for bringing anything. And it's just your job to figure out as a young guy, oh, and we want you to marry young, even though a dowry would help people marry young, because how else are you supposed to get this house? I mean, we're all waiting until we're 30, 31, 32 now anyways. So there are all these things that the dowry actually helped with. And back then there was no like welfare system or this kind of thing. You know, you might have had some church charity or these kinds of things, but typically what you can expect in those societies, and I'm not talking about ancient time, it started to come in ancient times, but I'm talking even a few hundred years ago, is women without a dowry could not be expected to marry because that's how ingrained it was in the culture, you know, so.
So what would happen to them? They would just be spinsters or what?
Yeah, they would probably just be at their house there. Some of them would end up joining a convent. There was still a fee to pay for that. It was just a lot less than the dowry. Or what would happen is they would end up working outside of the home to earn a dowry to then get married with. So you might find them being a servant in the house of a higher status family. And then part of that contract would be that family would then pay her dowry so then she can then get married later. So you start to see